Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at BellyUpSports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
Arne Slot is set to become the next manager of Liverpool. Now, what the hell? So if you guys don't know, Arne Slot is the current manager of Feyenoord, but he is slotted, no pun intended, to be the next manager for Liverpool. He's had about 4 seasons now under his belt, mostly with the Dutch league, I believe with AZ Alkmaar and with Feyenoord. And in his time in 4 seasons as a manager, he has a total of 128 career wins. Has won the Dutch league title and the Dutch Cup once. So, which the Dutch Cup was actually recently. And I mean, if you guys seen how Feyenoord's been looking, they've looked pretty solid. Take their. I'm sure a lot of people are kind of scared because of the Eredivisie, because of the fact that Ten Hag was over there. The Eredivisie was dominating with Ajax, and now he's here in the Premier League, and that's how it's going. But I don't know. I think for the argument for Feyenoord though, you are talking about when last year, I mean, Ajax was still very much Ajax. I don't know what's going on this season, but Ajax was very much Ajax last year. And Feyenoord did very well and competed very well. So I don't think that there's an issue, at least with that. And then obviously winning the Dutch Cup. And I mean, I think that, Eredivisie is a great league for development. And I think it's important to consider that. Now, his formation is a little bit different from Jurgen Klopp. He still uses a 4-3-3, but he is more defensive-minded, whereas Klopp has an attacking 4-3-3. But when it came to Jurgen Klopp, like, what did he think about it? He's actually for it. He's actually for it, and this is a quote from him. He says, "What I like about it is if he is the one, then he wants to take the job. He's desperate, excited. Let's go for it. I like the way his team play football, all the things I hear about him as a guy. Some people I know him. I don't know him yet. Good coach, good guy. If he's the solution for the club, then I am more than happy. It's not up to me to judge, but it all sounds really good to me." So he likes Slot in some sense, but I think obviously we won't know till we see him manage in the Premier League. Now, if you guys don't remember what's going on with Jurgen Klopp announced that he is stepping down after this season, morely because of his mental health. And we've seen him do this before with Borussia Dortmund. He did the same thing, and he took a year off, and obviously then took the Liverpool job. Am I saying that he's going to do the same thing? I mean, I don't know, but I mean, the man loves football, so it wouldn't be shocking to me if he ends up taking a job after a year. Where, I don't know. I know Bayern Munich is, I guess, waiting for him and Xabi Alonso for next year, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't think Jurgen Klopp would join Bayern Munich, but that's just my thoughts on it. But Arne Slot, I can't tell you much, man. I don't really know the guy well. I mean, I know Feyenoord, at least for the last 2 years, have looked very well. And I think that that's at least something to point out. I mean, like, how many people out here actually watch the? How many people in the United States? I'll be more specific. How many people in the United States actually watch the Eredivisie? I don't think that's a very high number. But I mean, if there's one thing we all know about the Eredivisie, it's always been that next step for a player, and I would even argue a manager, is that next stepping point for them to go on into one of these Power 5 leagues and show what they're capable of. So we'll see what Arne Slot can do. Obviously, he's still fairly young in his career, 4 seasons to be exact. So we'll see what he could do, man. I'm excited to see it. I mean, I think he's definitely given a really good roster. We'll just see how his tactics come into play with what Liverpool has to offer right now currently in the club, and what players he decides to bring in. Maybe we can see him bringing Santiago Jimenez over which I think that would be ridiculous because you have Darwin Nunez. But I mean, hey, anything can happen, right? So I'm very intrigued by this. I don't know what else to say about it, but I think it's going to be an interesting an interesting addition to Liverpool. I know that Kelsey, he did say he didn't necessarily want to bring in Xabi Alonso right away. He would have loved to have like just a manager just to be in between Klopp and Xabi Alonso. So maybe that's this guy. Maybe this guy is that of what Kelsey's looking for. So I'm sure Kelsey will definitely chime in at some point of his thoughts on if Arne Slot does become in fact the guy for Liverpool. But everything seems to be pointing towards that Arne Slot will in fact be the next manager for Liverpool FC.